Hi, I'm Michelle from the Automotive Training Centre. Please join us in conversation.
I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Winds. I am enjoying myself here at the Automotive Training Centre, beautiful Surrey, British Columbia. You know, it's one thing I really enjoy about the regulated colleges is that they are so agile and they are so adaptable to industry and society needs. They understand that it's very important to listen to your clients, to understand exactly the programs that you should be offered. They don't offer programs that don't necessarily meet the needs of the community around them, and that's what makes them so successful, quite honestly. And on that note, I'm very excited to get my next guest on the podcast. So why don't you introduce yourself and talk to me a little bit about what you do here at the Automotive Training Centre.
Correct. Thank you. Thank you for the invite. My name is Ricardo Davidson. I'm the corporate accounts manager here at the school, and I basically look after injured workers in their vocational rehab process of getting retrained and getting placed. We do get quite a number of injured workers here for retraining, so that's what we do. We've been doing this for quite a long time, a little bit over 20 years now.
Wow. So that corporate accounts, I quite understand that. So you're really in a relationship with large organizations
Correct.
that have big volumes of people that have sort of needs that need to be met, and then you create programming to sort of work with them to provide them the upskilling, that focused learning. Who are some of those big clients that you deal with?
Well, basically, our biggest client in this school certainly is WorkSafe BC.
Right.
We do work with Workers' Compensation Board all around Canada, various provinces, the Armed Forces, BC Hydro, body shops, corporate clients. Mm-hmm. These are people that need a dedicated person to help them through their process of admission, and these clients have very unique requirements, and they're very unique in the way they their whole process is all about, because they're sponsored basically, so they're very distinctive outcomes that we need to reach.
Right. I love that though, but the ability to listen to your clients' needs,
Yes,
and then adapt programming to solve that. That's what the secret to success is.
correct. Well, it's not one size fits all. We do listen to our clients. We you have clients that are injured. You have clients that not only they're physically injured, they come here for a total experience because they're physically shot. They financially they're trying to get back into the road. So there's a lot of variables, psychology, mental health, and we do need to, sometimes to make a stop and cater and listen to every need of every student here, because not everybody is the same.
Right.
Some people need more tools. Some people need, a shoulder to cry on. Sometimes they call, and you need to listen to them, to what they have to say, what they're experiencing, what they're hurting from, and basically you provide a good backdrop, a good foundation for training for these people.
Yeah.
They need to know that there's light at the end of a tunnel. Even though you can work for 30 or 40 years in your trade, get injured, by an accident, and there's still life after injury.
Yeah.
You can still go back and make a living and continue your workforce, or finish it in a good note. A lot of people think that because you're in your late 40s or in your 50s and you get injured, you cannot, you need to be pensioned, and there's no future for you, and that's absolutely wrong. There's a lot of people that we've been that we've helped, that we've trained and replaced, and in various walks of life. It's a good experience.
Ricardo, I love the way that the college sort of breaks the barriers to learning, right? Helps the student learn and say that you may see that as an obstacle. We can help you with that.
Right.
You look at every possible way to drop those barriers and sort of wrap your services around your student to make sure that they're successful.
Right. Well, we're not a college. We're not a pass or fail college. You're here to learn. You're not here to pass or to fail or to pass tests. There's a lot of people that, when they see tests, for example, they get, they get paralysis, and we go, no. A test is just a tool that will tell you where you are. A test will not determine whether you pass or fail. Whether you're smart or you're not smart. So basically, it's a ministry more than just a school, right? So we try to help them out from the very beginning, lifting them up, and helping them in every aspect that they need. We provide online training, for example. They don't need to leave their homes. Some of these people are, bound to wheelchairs, all kinds of medical contraptions, and the fact that you can retrain them at their own home. And then help them place in something that they can do. It's just life-changing for these guys.
I love that life-changing line because it's so very true. And on that note, what would you say to somebody that might be listening to this and say, I'm wondering, can I go back to school? Can I do this? I mean, they might perceive all these obstacles in their way, but you've seen success. You know what it's like to start and finish all of this. What would you say to somebody that's now wondering, can I go back and do it?
Well, you know what? My mother always used to say, success, one of the keys to success is just showing up. If you show up, it's half the meal. Take the step. This process that we do is not a faith related thing. I mean, we have very specific metrics and very specific outcomes. We'll take the guy in. We'll have an interview with them. We'll explore the different options. And mind you, we see people here that sometimes this is not the right place for them, and we direct them to the right place. And we say, you know what, I love you, I would love to have you here as a student, but I don't think this is for you. Let me help you and let's find out together where you can fit best.
Yeah.
Training is not the end-all, be-all. Training is just a stepping stone to the next step, which is going back to the workforce. Trying something new. Being born again, because after injuries, when you've been injured, I have people that they've been injured for 3 or 4 years, they haven't worked, and going back to school is like going back to their teens.
Exactly.
And some of these guys, they say, I'm 55, I've never been in school, I haven't been in school for quite a long time, I've never been in training before, and it's a brand new experience and a brand new project for them. So I would say to them, there is life at the end of injury. There is a future, certainly, and the best way that they can do is just take the first step. That's half the meal, right? Yeah. They might not end up in school. They might not end up coming here, but at least they'll have an idea of what they can do, what are their limitations. Right, and it's basically taking barriers off, and most of it's not. It's mental barriers more than anything else.
Yeah.
The physical part of it is any doctor can fix your bone, but if you think you cannot do something, you really can't do it unless you've changed the way you see things, and that's what we're here for, to help them out, not to help them get a diploma or a certificate, but help them understand that they can still be useful in a society that it's inclusive, right? It doesn't matter if you have a prosthetic leg, or you have mental health, or you have migraines, or you're in crutches. You can still be part of society. You can still be useful. You can still give back, right? And that's what we're here for, to help them out, just carry on through life.
Ricardo, what a beautiful, intricate, sophisticated solution, and It's clear that the Automotive Training Centre understands that everybody's journey is different, and you're here to sort of help them along that path. Thank you for being in conversation.
Thank you for being here, and I hope the best for every student that comes here. And yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. To learn more, go to automotivetrainingcenter.com.